In MMA, most fighters rely on speed, power, and timing. But there is one fighter who often wins battles before even throwing real strikes: Israel Adesanya. When he fights, something unusual happens. Opponents look unsure. They hesitate. They react to movements that are not even real attacks. But why does this happen? Is it his speed, his timing, or something deeper? The truth is deeper. It is his feints. In this video, we will break down why his feints confuse even elite fighters. If you enjoy MMA breakdowns like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and support Iron Fist M.M.A. for more content. What is a feint in MMA? Before we go deeper, let's understand what a feint really is. A feint is a fake move. It is when a fighter acts like they are going to strike or move, but they do not fully commit. The goal is to make the opponent react without any real attack landing. For example, it can be a fake jab, a fake kick, a fake level change for a takedown, or a fake step forward. Most fighters use feints in MMA because they help create openings and control reactions. But the difference is how they are used. Very few fighters use feints the way Israel Adesanya does, where even small movements can control distance, timing, and the entire exchange. Why feints matter so much in fighting? Feints are not about scoring points. They are about control. When a fighter reacts to a feint, they give away important information without realizing it. They show their timing, their natural reactions, their defensive habits, and sometimes even what they fear most. Even a small reaction, like a step back or a raised guard, can create a big opening in a fight. That is why feints are so powerful in MMA. But the difference is how they are used at the highest level. Israel Adesanya takes feinting to another level. He does not just use them to create openings for strikes. He uses them to control space, break rhythm, and make opponents hesitate before they even attack. Adesanya's background makes his feints special. Before MMA, Israel Adesanya was a professional kickboxer. Kickboxing is a sport that focuses on distance control, timing, reading an opponent's movement, and breaking their rhythm. In kickboxing, even small mistakes can be very dangerous because one clean strike can change the fight or lead to a knockout. This environment shaped Adesanya's fighting style from a young age. He learned an important lesson over time: you don't always need to land a strike to win an exchange. Sometimes, controlling the opponent's mind is enough to win the moment. This is where his feints became very dangerous. He uses small movements to make opponents react, lose timing, and give up control, even before any real strike is thrown. He makes fighters react to nothing. Most fighters usually react only when they see a real attack coming. But when Israel Adesanya fights, something different happens. Even small movements can cause reactions. He might move slightly forward, and his opponent reacts. He might lift his shoulder, and they flinch. He might shift his feet, and they step back. But in all of these moments, nothing real is actually thrown. This is the key to his style. He is not always attacking the opponent's body directly. Instead, he is targeting something deeper: their mind. By making them react to fake or small movements, he controls their timing, their distance, and their confidence without even landing a strike. The first layer: visual pressure. One reason Israel Adesanya's feints work so well is because of visual pressure. He never stands still in front of his opponent. Instead, he keeps moving all the time with small, smart actions. These include small steps forward and back, shoulder movements, quick hand twitch feints, and sudden level changes. None of these movements are full attacks, but they all look believable at the moment. This constant motion makes it very hard for opponents to know what is real and what is fake. They cannot easily read his next move, so they start guessing. And in MMA, guessing is very dangerous. When a fighter guesses wrong, they can lose timing, get countered, or give up control of the fight without even realizing it. The second layer: timing control. Fighting is all about timing. If you control timing, you control the fight. Israel Adesanya uses feints to break his opponent's timing and rhythm. When opponents try to counter him, they often end up being too early or too late. Why does this happen? Because they reacted to something that was not even a real attack. It was a feint. Once they react, their rhythm gets broken. And when rhythm is broken, everything becomes harder in a fight. Striking becomes less accurate, defense becomes slower, movement feels off, and counterattacks lose timing. This small mistake gives Adesanya control of the exchange even without landing a clean strike. The third layer, mental pressure. Feints are not just physical moves, they are also psychological weapons. When fighters face Israel Adesanya, they start overthinking everything. They ask themselves questions like, is this real? Should I react? What if I get caught? And what is he planning? This kind of mental noise slows down their reactions. Instead of acting naturally, they start thinking too much in the moment. Even elite fighters can fall into this trap. They hesitate, and that hesitation creates problems in MMA. A small delay can be enough to lose timing, give up control, or miss an opportunity. Against a fighter like Adesanya, even 1 second of doubt can make a big difference. He controls distance without throwing strikes. One of Israel Adesanya's best skills is distance control. Most fighters use real strikes to manage distance, but he often uses feints instead. A small step forward can make his opponent move back. A quick shoulder twitch can make them raise their guard. A fake jab can force them to reset their stance. None of these are full attacks, but they still control how the opponent reacts. Because of this, he can manage space without fully committing to strikes. This saves energy while also creating confusion at the same time. Opponents are never fully sure when a real attack is coming, which gives him a strong advantage in controlling the fight. Breaking the opponent's rhythm. Every fighter has a rhythm. Some start fast, some wait and counter, and some apply pressure. But Israel Adesanya breaks that rhythm. He stays unpredictable. Sometimes he feints, sometimes he pauses, sometimes he attacks, and sometimes he resets. This constant change keeps opponents alert all the time. But staying alert for too long is tiring. It leads to small mistakes, hesitation, and bad reactions. And in MMA, even a small mistake can change the fight quickly. Why even elite fighters struggle? You might think elite fighters would not fall for feints, but they still do. Why? Because high-level fighters are trained to react very fast. They are taught to block quickly, counter quickly, and move quickly. So when Israel Adesanya uses feints, their training takes over automatically. They react without fully thinking in the moment. And that is exactly what he wants. Even a small reaction gives him information and control, which he uses to manage the fight. The trap behind his feints. Here is the hidden trap in Israel Adesanya's feints. If you do not react, he can move forward and take space safely. But if you do react, he studies your movement and can counter you. So no matter what the opponent does, he gains useful information. That is why his feints are so effective in MMA. They are not just tricks or fake moves. They are tests that help him read his opponent and control the fight. Feints open the door for clean strikes. Once opponents start reacting too much, openings begin to appear. A small step back can open space for body shots. A raised guard can leave the legs open for kicks. A frozen or unsure opponent becomes open for straight punches. Israel Adesanya uses this perfectly in his fights. He does not rush or force attacks. Instead, he waits for his opponent's reactions. When he sees an opening, he strikes cleanly and with good timing, making every shot count. His calm style makes fights even better. Another key factor in Israel Adesanya's style is his calmness. He does not rush forward, he does not panic under pressure, and he does not overcommit to attacks. Because of this, his feints look very real. Everything he does looks relaxed, smooth, and natural. There is no clear signal of what is real or fake. This makes it very hard for opponents to read him, because they cannot easily predict what he will do next in the fight. Fighting the mind before the body, most fighters focus on attacking the body first. But Israel Adesanya often fights the mind before anything else. Before landing big damage, he studies how his opponent reacts. Before throwing powerful strikes, he creates doubt and hesitation. And before fully attacking, he controls space and timing inside the cage. This is why he is so effective. He does not rush into exchanges. Instead, he makes his opponent think too much, which slows their reactions and opens opportunities for him to strike cleanly. Real fight IQ in action. Feints are not random moves. They are part of a system. Israel Adesanya uses them to control distance, break rhythm, force reactions, and create openings. He often wins exchanges without taking damage. This shows high-level fight IQ and smart control of space and timing inside the cage. Why copying his style is hard, many fighters try to use feints, but most fail. Why? Because feints only work when timing is right, movement looks real, distance is controlled, and the fighter is confident. Israel Adesanya has mastered all of these. That is why his feints look natural and are so effective in fights. The real secret behind his success, the real secret is simple. Israel Adesanya makes opponents react to nothing, then uses that reaction. It is not about speed or power, but about control in the fight. When you watch Israel Adesanya fight, it may look like he is just moving and waiting. But is that really what is happening? Or is there something deeper going on? He is reading reactions, controlling space, breaking rhythm, and using feints to control the fight without throwing many real strikes. So why do even elite fighters struggle against him? Because they are not just fighting a striker, they are fighting a mind game. And in that mind game, Adesanya is one of the best ever. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and support Iron Fist MMA for more MMA content like this.